There is some buzzing about the 10-time world heavyweight champion Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson returning to the WWE ring lately. The fans are excited at the idea of the wrestling champ turned actor getting back to his roots. And it's not just the fans either. John Cena has had some professional feuds with The Rock over their time in the ring together, but when asked about the return of The Rock, John Cena was adamantly excited about it. Today we're diving into why John Cena thinks The Rock should return to WWE. Number 1, WWE and The Rock would benefit. In a recent interview, John Cena was asked about the rumors swirling over The Rock returning to WWE. He thinks The Rock returning would be good for everyone. It would be The Rock returning to his wrestling roots, graciously bringing his talent back into the ring. WWE would also benefit as there is no one, as John Cena put it, quite like The Rock. Never will be anyone like The Rock. This has the potential to boost numbers for WWE, being able to build new rivalries and draw fans in that would love to see some of the classic faces that left them falling involved with the wrestling franchise in the first place. There is some real truth to Cena speculating that the return of The Rock in time for the 25th anniversary of his wrestling debut could really do some good for both himself and WWE. The Rock was always one to draw a crowd, with loyal fans that are still as excited now about mere rumors as they were when he was putting on a show for them. When looking at the buzz that comes from something as simple as rumors, it's not hard to imagine how easily everyone could benefit from him returning to the ring, especially for a pay-per-view special. Number 2, The Rock is one of a kind. One thing that John Cena had to say about The Rock is that he is one of a kind. There are no others like him, and that is the truth. Everyone at one point or another that follows WWE loved The Rock. His look was iconic, as was the character that Dwayne Johnson played every time he stepped into the ring. The energy that he brings to the ring can't be replicated or repeated. To have The Rock return to the ring would bring in that energy that he was so well known for. Cena made it clear that he was speaking as a fan of the WWE, not a fellow wrestler, when he brought up how great The Rock is at what he does. He pointed out that one-of-a-kind character is something that's bound to bring in a lot of fun to the ring. He'd love to see The Rock bring it in again. He did point out that it should be on The Rock's terms because that is the only way the man is going to be fully bring in. From day one, The Rock has been a character that is seen as bigger than life, and only if Dwayne Johnson's willing to bring that bigger than life energy would it be a good idea to see him in the ring again. He's unique in how he has held his statuses throughout the years. Doesn't seem to be dwindling anytime soon either. Number 3, as a fan, he thinks it would be heartwarming. John Cena admitted in his chat about the possibility of Dwayne Johnson returning that he's looking at this as a fan rather than a performer. He admits that The Rock was always a favorite of his, and without Dwayne Johnson serving as inspiration, he would not have ended up where he has. This has his heart into the idea of Dwayne Johnson returning to the ring, because it would be something that would drive nostalgia for a lot of fans like him. The love from the perspective of a fan that he has for The Rock leaves him feeling like a return would be something worth seeing, especially if The Rock were to come back for a main event such as SummerSlam. That would drive more fans out to witness the event real time. It's safe to say that John Cena would be right there with him, cheering on the return of one of the WWE's greatest. The comments about the return being heartwarming wouldn't be too far off either. In the past, when characters like Shawn Michaels or even Cena himself made their comeback, it was an exciting time for fans. They were drawn to the energy that these bigger-than-life characters brought back to the ring and wanted to see more of the greats, their lifelong favorites doing what they do best. This could be especially true for Dwayne Johnson since he hasn't been in the ring for several years now, leaving fans wondering and waiting for more. Number 4, because he's earned the right to call the shots. Being one of the greatest has lots of perks. John Cena pointed out that Dwayne Johnson has earned the right to call the shots when it comes to returning to the ring. He points out that the showman is in a position to decide how and when and if it happens. That's a big deal considering that WWE is the starting place for The Rock. The big name, the big personality, it's given The Rock every bit of leverage in making sure that all of this was done his way, rather than being pushed before he's ready. Dwayne Johnson is extremely busy at this point in his career, pumping out movies left and right, and it's safe to say that the big personality that made him so successful in the WWE has made him just successful in the world of film. The fact that he can make such a name for himself outside of the WWE means that a return would be a big win for the wrestling world. They'd get the full benefit of The Rock choosing to make a comeback, which includes views and ticket sales, merch sales. The Rock also benefits from the situation. He's able to tell them how it's going to go with the pay. It shows that he'll perform it and being able to do something that many wish they had the sway to do. Number 5, The Rock is approaching the 25th anniversary of his debut in wrestling. This is something that not only has John Cena pointed out, but others too. The Rock has been part of the wrestling world for 25 years this year, and to have him return for the anniversary of that would be mind-blowing. There's something to celebrate about an athlete that has been an industry leader in terms of fan loyalty and showmanship for that long. Of course, he officially retired back in 2004 and has been part-time with the WWE since then. However, it's not stopped those that enjoy seeing The Rock from remaining hopeful that he'll show back up in the ring. It's been difficult to get him back in the ring for the last few years due to his extremely busy filming schedule. That's been something that has driven some of the rumors and hopefulness that he'll make a comeback for this very special milestone. Of course, the downside to all of this is that it's rumors. Dwayne Johnson has not confirmed anything, and while it's possible that he's keeping it under wraps to make it an even bigger surprise, there is some uncertainty. He's remained active and busy in Hollywood since leaving the WWE, and his filming schedule is packed for several years. That isn't leaving him any room that he can tell for a massive return to the WWE. He was even approached at the release of Jungle Land about the potential return and was very vague about it. While fans would love to see their favorite back in the ring, it seems that it's all up in the air. While the anniversary of his debut would make for a great comeback moment, it's also understandable that he has thrown his endless energy into the film world. There's no doubt that he has found his niche in this sense, retiring from the WWE officially. Most fans are quick to eat up the films that he's in, too. He does well with most of them. Everything from Disney to the Fast and Furious franchise are now on his resume, with plenty more coming. Hopefully we'll find out soon enough that Dwayne Johnson can make time in his extremely busy and ever-growing schedule for a comeback. Seeing former wrestlers that have held the attention of devoted fans for years returning to their roots is always worth cheering on. He does well in whatever he touches. It's been proven. We keep seeing it. However, there's no denying the nostalgia of seeing him wrestling again. Fans are willing to impatiently wait to see how these rumors play out, and fingers are crossed that they'll get exactly what they're hoping for. For now, however, as we wait to see what happens, it's a lot of speculation. Gotta wonder how long it'll be before it's something more substantial. That's all we've got for today. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day.